Greetings, everyone. We haven't done this in a while.
It's that time of the year again. We were going to make this a yearly tradition as long as TVTropes exists.
I guess.
Also, so like when we're 90 and nobody gives a shit about us anymore, it's just going to be the same page year after year.
We can look back and laugh.
And laugh and cry.
Mostly cry. Maybe a little bit of laugh.
Yeah. Tears of joy.
Tears of humiliation.
Yes. So, the first ever TVTropes video we did was about
2 years ago.
Well, no. I'm talking about in terms of length. About 16 minutes. The video we did last year was around 32. It's gotten a bit bigger.
It's about 45 for this one?
Maybe.
Well, we've also got, on top of a funny page, we've got a character page.
Those are all very short, though.
Oh, still, we gotta read them anyway.
Yeah. So who wants to begin?
Well, Lewis is the first quote, so I say Lewis goes first.
Why?
Because it's your quote at the top.
Yeah, it's your quote at the top.
You have the opening quote.
Even though that quote is really no longer applicable.
Yes.
Oh, I am proud to be a member of Brainfire Commentaries. Yeah, that was when we had a logo where the brain was on fire.
I do plan on making a new logo, by the way, so don't make any logo opening thing with the neon, because I'm getting rid of that.
Okay.
I just plastered it onto Kid Icarus Uprising. God damn it, Johnny.
Now it's dated.
Well, I mean, since I saved all the project files, I guess for the video upload, I could change it to the new one.
You can do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you came here to listen to us rattle off TV tropes, not for a surprise episode of Behind the Scenes with BrainScratch comms.
I read the opening last time, so Ryan could take the helm.
Yeah. BrainScratch commentaries, parentheses, BSC for short, another parentheses, not BS crew, parentheses. is a commentary group on YouTube created by me, Lewis, and Johnny. Inspired by Hellfire Comms, the trio perform video game and movie commentaries as well as occasional random rambles. Occasionally?
How about daily?
Ranging from discussions on various relevant topics to lampooning of list-based opinions on, well, such known gaming media outlets as IGN and GameSpot. No further professionalism as might Ray Charles be known for his accuracy at the shooting range. These three up-and-coming commentators aim to provide various laughs at any cost, even at the price of their own intense boredom. We know that.
These three up-and-coming commentators, they haven't added you into the list yet, Ted.
Oh.
As such, there's nearly as much penning in their commentators as there is in the games they routinely lambaste. Thank you, Andrew, for Zohovania, too. Ted, you read the next paragraph.
Nairman Ryan Malice could be considered the brains behind the operation, as it was his harebrained idea to start the group in the first place.
Only I have the brains to rule the internet.
The idea was first pitched to Solaris Louis Medeiros, a fellow member of a Sonic fan forum, who then invited Johnny Juan Ortiz to take part. Recently, the trio became a quartet. X and Shadow, me, has recently been made a permanent fourth. Yeah, recently, it's like been a year now. A permanent fourth member to add youthful innocence to the jaded old men in the group. In addition to the four.
Since we're a quartet now, we should start a barber shop.
Come on, guys, harmonize. Fuck it.
No.
In addition to the four main commentators, the team occasionally invites along a guest to join in the fun as additional commentator, usually planned, sometimes at complete random. And I believe that clicking that link leads to Resident Evil part whatever.
I don't know. Let me check.
Also, our current commentary is Donkey Kong Country 3.
At the time of this, yes.
Luigi's Mansion starting next.
There's a list of our guest commentators. You know which ones they're in. I don't feel like reading that.
We're not reading that entire thing.
No point.
Okay, so anyway, Johnny, your turn.
All right. It's good to see this still here 3 years running. Aborted Arc, Devil May Cry 4. As a result of the crew having nothing to say after 44 parts. A fun fact, we only got to like part 3 before we decided to stop.
Like, you gave up that quickly?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
You guys have no honor.
We stopped after part 3 and we went right to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 after we agreed that we're not doing this.
Yeah.
You guys give up real fucking...
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lewis, your turn.
Actually pretty funny. Whilst commentating on Dragon Ball Evolution, a movie the entire team deemed an undiluted cinematic incarnation of fecal matter, all three commentators had to admit that Goku's hair gel gag was actually pretty funny.
Didn't you read this trope
I'm
last
actually
time?
the one who added that trope.
Weren't you the one who read this last time too?
And now
Yeah.
we've come full circle until next year.
Alright, so AI is a crapshoot. Lewis's computer keeps dying on him, resulting in his absence for several commentaries, much to the fans' disappointment.
Wait, hang on. What does AI as a crapshoot even tropatize?
Bad computers.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Alright, so Ted, your turn.
My turn. Allergic to needles. Solaris explains why he hates needles in part 14 of the F-Zero GX playthrough.
Okay, so, yeah, actually, I'm somewhat literally allergic to needles. Why is that a trope? It's a medical thing.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sorry.
I'm not a character in a story, goddammit. I am a living, breathing human being with
I'm real.
living, breathing
I'm not
human
fiction.
beings and things. I am not a trope. Got it? I am not an archetype. I am me. I am an individual.
Tropes are not bad, Lewis. Which is ironically another trope.
Oh, great. Now someone's got to add that now. I might as well do it myself.
John, your turn.
Alliterative title. Mostly when concerning with Lethal Lava Land of Super Mario 64. As a YouTube commentator said, that's a lot of L's.
Lethal Lava Land lacks lethality, lists Lewis.
La 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 la.
Lethal Lava Land's lethality legitimate.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of L's.
Lava Land is legitimately lawful because, I don't know, Metatron rules the place or something. Let's just move on to the next one.
Your turn.
That's your turn, Ryan. Oh,
Lewis.
Ryan.
Oh, it's me again. Anachronic order. Some playthroughs are pre-recorded months. Some are recorded months before they even get uploaded and are not posted in the order they were made. It's kind of fun to guess when these were recorded just by the commentary alone. The first part of Sonic 06 to feature Solaris' return after so long, as it was the last one recorded for the playthrough.
Yeah, remember, because
We got out to the end of the Solaris fight, and then we realized we had to record part 44 over again.
Right.
Memories.
I don't
Of the
remember that.
way we were.
I don't remember that.
yeah, I remember you got so pissed about that.
Oh, right.
Alright, so analogy backfire. Ted makes Johnny a comparison of Sonic Genesis as one of Johnny's brothers being hit by a truck and Big Rig's being the same. Just the brother replaced by an egg and nobody giving a damn. Johnny doesn't even care since the truck is Big Rig's. Knowing how Big Rig's played, the truck will probably just pass both the brother and the egg.
Yes.
Angrish. Johnny in part 17, except just part 17, of part Portal 2 co-op playthrough. Sonic Genesis, seriously, just watch part 1 and watch Johnny lose his fucking mind. Ryan even tries to lampshade this.
So how are we going to keep this rage up for 4 more parts?
I don't like repeating these quotes. Can we just move on? It's awkward.
By the end, Johnny has a near meltdown in Brain Zone Act 3 when stuck in a loop. The loop in question being, blah, blah, blah. One has to wonder what would have happened and why he randomly died by a crush, which isn't possible when a crusher grows up and hasn't reached the...
Blah.
What?
When I spontaneously died at the final zone boss,
Yeah.
when the pillar was just slightly raised up and Sonic acted like he got crushed.
Well, that needs to be written better, goddammit.
That glitch is actually in the classics, but I think it's quite a lot more blatant in Genesis.
Well, I've never had it happen to me during the classics.
Well, it's kind of hard to trigger. You sort of walk into the crusher zone while the crush is still active, so you sort of slip underneath the crusher while it's up, but still not high enough to not crush you, and you die.
So, John?
Anticlimax. The only way to describe the epic showdown with the optional boss fights in Symphony of the Night, ending with and then he died. I gotta say, is my favorite moment of the entire playthrough.
And then he died.
Because I didn't want to restart the game over again because of the hop hog issues. So, you know what, fuck it.
And then
We're
he
just
died.
gonna leave it in.
Oh man, I remember that. Anything but that. When playing Needleman stage to fight Doc Robot in Mega Man 3, Nairman fails to successfully make it across a large chasm before
Chasm.
Shut up.
before his energy for Rush Jet runs out. Hilarity ensues.
For me.
The entire crew's reaction to the Sonic Genesis in the beginning.
The beginning.
That's like one of her oldest tropes.
Aren't you glad that you missed that, Lewis?
Yes, very glad. Thank you for taking care of it while I was gone.
And Sonic Colors.
Oh, well, fuck that. I want to be part of that. Well, I get to record Sonic Unleashed, so I guess the karma will balance itself out.
Unleashed isn't as good as Colors.
But it's better than Genesis, so.
Oh, great. Recording it means I'll have to collect those fucking medals again.
No, you don't.
Or you could just play through the stages and edit in all of the medals. Or cutscenes, I should say.
I could, but then I would have to record the cutscene somehow, which involves playing through the game.
I think isn't there a cutscene library?
Yes, there is,
Oh,
but he has to get all the medals in order to see them all.
No.
No. He has to collect all the videotapes.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? I think I have them all.
So yeah, they're just play through every level and edit in all the cutscenes.
Behind the scenes with BrainScratch comms, everybody.
Alright, so artistic license linguistics. Johnny finally learned how to pronounce chasm during
Chasm.
the TV. Shut up. Ted pronounces the aforementioned word in the second TV Tropes episode.
Third.
He also combined insignificant and inconsequential to inconsequential in part 2 of Genesis.
You know what? I find myself saying that from time to time now.
Again, Ted somehow manages to combine dramatically and drastically into dramatically in part 13 of Crystal.
That should just be a word.
Dramatically.
10
Coins the term satisfaction. Ted combines salvage and scalvage.
Ted, you seem to be the king of this.
I sense a theme here with Ted.
IR talk very good.
Yeah, we're going to need to add slowered when we get to Tohovania too.
Well, that was just me being crap with talking.
What about Swum?
Yes,
Well, that was you.
I know.
Lewis discovers the proper pronunciation
Oh,
of
someone
rye.
actually set a link here that says, I sense a theme here with Ted.
That's an obvious.
Johnny manages to screw up his grammar in part 1 of Sonic Genesis and ends up saying at one point
ton of lot.
He also mispronounces fjord in part 8 of DKC.
I'm sorry, I see a J. I'm going to pronounce the J.
More recently, on my end, I've developed a habit of saying the word dramatical a lot. I'm not really sure why, but I do. So, yeah. Huzzah. Now we can all be cunning linguists.
Alright, so Ted.
Arson, murder, and jaywalking. Johnny's example in the Super Mario Land's Japanese enemy names. Well, we're skipping quotes. Okay, never mind. Inverted in Sonic Genesis, while listing up the problem with Sonic Genesis, Johnny starts off with the lesser ones before getting to the worst ones.
Huh.
Okay, then.
Ascended Extra. Ted was just added randomly during the Resident Evil 4 playthrough. Then he eventually became a permanent member.
I don't know how.
Was there any reason why you just handed me randomly into
Nope.
Resident Evil anyway?
Nope.
I think we were bored at the time. So one of us said, hey, let's call up Ted, see what he thinks, and just, not tell him he's part of the commentary.
I think it was my idea, actually.
I forget. That part of our decision-making process was not actually recorded.
Alright, so Lewis.
Ascended fanboy. Ted... Oh, well, isn't that a bit redundant? Ted was a big fan of BrainScratch before he became a guest commentator, and then the official 4th member of BSC. Amanda, Andrew, and Matt are also big fans that later became guest commentators.
Maybe someone else in the future. We don't know.
Oh, don't even PM me. I swear, if you do, I will take a hammer to your face, and then
We come to you.
We come to you. We don't... No. We're not
We're
making
like-
any more than 4. 4
we're
is
like
the max.
God. We're like
4
God.
is the max.
We're like gods, except we descend from the upstairs attic rather than heaven. So you can pray in silence, but if you're too loud, we're gonna stomp on the floor and tell you to shut the fuck up.
So awesome but impractical. In episode 5 of Sonic 4 Episode 2, Johnny managed to get a shield, invincibility, and unleash Supersonic. Unfortunately, aside from an awesome show of effects, only Supersonic has any use of the three things. Nuclear Sonic.
You know, I think there was actually a Nuclear Sonic at one point in the Archie comics, but I'm not sure.
Firestorm Sonic?
Well,
Fucking
there was,
Archie.
Captain Atom Sonic?
it was the Archie comic where they tried to explain why he suddenly had green eyes and was taller and buckles on his shoes.
I don't think it was
You
the nuclear
just-
Sonic. I think it was Eco-Sonic.
There was
You don't need to
Eco-Sonic, there was
explain art
Solar
evolution
Sonic.
stuff. You just let it happen.
Ted,
There
this,
was Eco-Sonic, there was Solar Sonic, there was something other Sonic, there was another Sonic, there were like 5 different Supersonics within 5 panels.
yeah, Ted, this next trope is for you.
Batman did it. According to Johnny and Airman, the undeniable answer of how Batman does the millions of illogical things throughout Arkham Asylum.
Well, he is the goddamn Batman.
And it'll only get more ridiculous once we get to Arkham City.
Oh, yes.
I am Batman, and I can breathe in space.
Beat me up, Scotty. Ryan constantly misquoting the chorus of the USS Make Shit Up throughout the Batman Arkham Asylum playthrough.
You were misquoting that?
Slightly.
Yeah, he was.
I know it now.
I didn't know that at the time of the recording, so yeah.
Be careful what you wish for, / I wished you were dead. In the EVA 2.22 commentary, Lewis voices his opinion of Asuka's attitude. And
3.0 comes out this year.
Yeah.
That's a long-ass quote, but it basically starts with me saying I'm going to laugh if she dies, and then when she dies, I say I'm not laughing. Because by that point, I actually like her. And that was kind of a grim scene, really. I mean, she got...
She's only mostly dead.
Yeah. Now shut up and open her mouth.
Somehow.
3.33 is coming out this year.
Yeah.
Someone performed Sama Recarm on her, and that would...
We'll get to the third movie when it comes out in America.
Hopefully it will make slightly more sense than the first
Oh,
two.
I seriously doubt that.
Oh, well.
Berserk button. Sonic Genesis for all of them, but Johnny's Rage takes the cake in the final part. The way Lewis did the Brock Gym battle for Ted.
Just low kick.
My Mankey was low leveled. It wouldn't have one-shot it, and then it would have
You
gotten
would have
killed.
been better off grinding that instead of the fucking Kakuna.
Bringing up or having a shiny also seems to be this for Ted.
Oh, okay, hold on. I need to set something straight. Hey, YouTube commenters, if you bring up catching a random shiny in videos that aren't related to Pokemon, I'm not gonna give a shit. Just so you know. I do actually have a shiny. It is real, I swear.
The Gyarados doesn't count.
It's a Dawn fan.
I call it the big one, Bitey.
Pixar, it didn't happen. And then you photoshopped it.
I can tell the pixels and everything. Alright, Ted.
Anyway, the whole reason for the Legend of Zelda commentary was made... The whole reason the Legend of Zelda commentary was made was a bet from Johnny that Ted would earn his month of Pokemon if he could beat it in full. It turns out, spoiler warning, Johnny just wanted to pick on Ted as he was going to do a month of Pokemon anyway.
God fucking damn it.
I think that comedy still has my loudest laugh. When Ted dies to Dig Dogger. The instant Matt says he should never die to Dig Dogger.
I had like 1 health left going into the fucking room.
But your timing could have been better, man. It was unintentional timing that really works.
Alright, Johnny.
Bias Steamroller. Ryan has a huge grudge against EA and Nintendo.
Not really Nintendo, just EA. Replace
Lewis to
Nintendo
all
with Capcom.
Lewis to all 8-bit games.
Not all 8-bit games. The 2D Mario games are actually pretty fun to play.
Me towards anti-gravity and ice gimmicks in platformers, as well as deep underwater areas. Although his hate of underwater areas is more of a childhood fear created by Echo the Dolphin.
You
Very
pansy.
Oh, fuck you. You know what?
Unagi.
Ted towards The Legend of Zelda for the NES and Jed 4. Actually, he seems to have a grudge against the whole Legend of Zelda franchise in general. Subverted in the Ocarina of Time commentary, he stated it's a good game, but he feels the game is highly overrated. Ted also tends to hate the Earthbound series. He feels the gameplay is too slow and bland.
Okay, actually, I'm going to bring this up because there's this one guy who keeps on editing that to try to make me look like a fucking asshole. Like, he's never given a reason for saying why he doesn't like Earthbound. When I say over and over again that I find the story boring, the graphics shit, the music shit, and the gameplay just meh. So yeah, Earthbound sucks. Eh.
Great. Now, you know what? Someone's gonna murder you at MomoCon now.
Oh, well, boo-hoo. Sucks to be them. Or sucks to meet me.
It sucks to be you. You're the one dying.
I'd like to see them try. Oh wait, I think it's Lewis's turn actually.
You know what? Maybe we should avoid posting this until after MomoCon, just to avoid giving people ideas.
We have security at MomoCon.
Big what? In Sonic Genesis Part 5, at 5:06 you must see to believe.
Oh,
that's the Crusher glitch, right?
Right.
So Blood Knight, me and the new Super Mario Brothers Wii playthrough.
Time to die, Toad.
He's there. I want to kill him.
Born Lucky. Ryan has some incredible luck during the Mario 2 playthrough. Some examples include killing an enemy by jumping under it and making a wall jump.
Totally intentional.
And then there's a quote about Ryan being super fucking lucky in against Dennis.
Dennis. Seriously, listen to his theme. You'll never be able to hear Dennis.
I hear Dennis too.
It's even more pronounced in the black and white one version.
Dennis.
Dennis.
Alright, so John.
Alright. Brain Bleach. During the Arkham Asylum playthrough, Joker makes the quip about scaring Batman by revealing himself into thong and gain the appropriate reactions from Ryan, Lewis, the viewers, and anybody who's played the game. The boys have a similar reaction during the Super Mario Sunshine playthrough when it's revealed that, spoiler warning, Peach is Bowser Jr.'s mother, which is only possible if, implied ellipses, that the fact that Bowser Jr. is wrong does not change the wrongness of it.
The bus came back. After my computer crashed for the second time, Ted stepped in to replace me once again. Lampshaded in the Symphony of the Night and Tetris playthrough. And then there's a quote. Where Ted says, back. That means I'm out of a job. And notice he's still here.
When are you going to leave, Ted?
Well, he was never out of a job. It wasn't a job to us at the time. Alright, so
Butt Monkey.
No, it's my turn.
Oh.
Ted, in the Mega Man X3 and Legend of Zelda playthroughs are anything to go by, although he's admitted that he's always been the butt monkey during his life.
It's a sincerity mode there. Somebody cares about me. Thank you, somebody.
Who edited this? Ted?
Callback. During the Portal playthrough, when Solaris pauses after dying, Ryan says, "Pausing won't save you." This is word for word what Johnny said to Ryan during the Lost Levels playthrough. And again during the Mario Kart 64
It's become
playthrough.
one of our running gags.
Yeah.
Let's see, hold on. Mario Kart 64, Sonic 4 Episode 2. Again, Sonic Riders, although pausing does save me that time because I restarted the race. And in Eve, after jump scares, during a particular surreal dream scene in a train during the EVA 2.22 commentary, Solaris suggests that the G-Man is talking to Gordon Freeman in a nearby train car. In the Final Fantasy VI commentary they did later, Solaris brings up the same point for Ghost Train, and Airman calls back to the former scene in response.
Calling your attacks. Ryan tends to do this, especially during the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World playthrough. Super sexy, awesome 69 spin attack, and the super machine gun table attack, which I cannot for the life of me replicate.
The cameo, Junkles and Knuckers, who appear in Sonic 3 and Knuckles by the use of Knuckles, all Super Emeralds, 50 rings, and YouTube's frame rate issues.
Can you hear me now? During Part 4 of the Mega Man 6 playthrough, Ryan had a very hard time hearing Clement and Johnny do all the choppy call reception. The trio then dubbed this the worst part ever. As far as still retaining the title, sorry, what was that? I can't hear you.
That was a disaster. We never did find out what was the cause of that.
No. Still not as bad as Destroy Man.
Captain Ursat's boat.
Enough said. Captain Obvious. Practically everyone, for example, Ryan points out Maria's unfortunate concussion in the Rondo Above playthrough. It also seems to be his style of commentation. During the Sonic 2006 playthrough, the crew constantly points out all the areas in which the characters point out the obvious. This bashing leads to major laughs throughout the playthrough from both the commentators and the viewers.
I would also like this the opportunity to add another bullet point to this list by saying that the Devil May Cry reboot was fucking awful. Thank you. Captain's Log, parodied by Ryan throughout the Pikmin commentary.
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 Welcome to the commentary.
Catchphrase. I seem to have a lot of these. Quick list. Yay. Poor call, which I don't use anymore. Huzzah. You could just go. Hi. Insert name here. Buy X whenever an enemy leaves the screen. I'm glad I paid for those child-grabbing lessons, but
well, that's not really a catchphrase. That's a quote.
Yeah. You wasted so much of my time. God damn it, says whenever I fail at anything. I'll say that whenever anyone fails.
Ryan is only one a catchphrase. That's a catchphrase. God damn it.
We have such original catchphrases.
Slow
God
down.
damn it, and hi, insert name here.
We blindsided, fuck you, I can fly. What time are we at?
That might as well just be the catchphrase for the entire group.
I didn't see that one there.
Oh man, my sides. They will not stop. Okay, let's continue.
You got /BX whenever a player gets something. John and Lee recently has started saying, my dick. Whenever a member is overcome with good emotions. Whenever Lewis starts arguing about something, is cut off at the end of the part, and then re-mentions his point at the beginning of the next part. He says, as I was saying. Lars also has, I have a question for whenever he wants to ask a question and get everyone quiet. What time are we at?
Yeah, I have a question. Who the fuck is keeping those candles lit anyway? Next.
Cluster F-bomb. One could argue that Nairman's fuck you is a catchphrase. Johnny is the most... it's kind of hard to determine who's the most foul-mouthed of the group.
What, have you been keeping a tally? You've gone through all of our commentary parts and kept an FU count?
I don't know, we all swear pretty much, which leads into the next one. It should be noted that the group can't go a single part without saying a curse word.
Maybe we should try and emulate the Runaway guys as one little big planet part and just be fancy talk the entire time and not curse.
No, we need to have G-rated BrainScratch comms. One episode.
I will get
Casey and friends.
I will get my British on, and I will spend the entire part drinking from a cup of tea with my pinky out. You will not hear a single swear word from me.
Will we also be watching Casey and friends? No, I want to go to the fiesta.
Sonic Genesis, that is all. Okay. I need to watch that playthrough.
We get mad. That's it.
Comically missing the point. Johnny retells the story of when he was replaying Super Mario Land on the subway train, finished it before the destination, and self-agreed to record it for a commentary using a Super Game Boy. Ted then asked if Johnny actually bought a Super Nintendo to a subway.
Commentary hiatus. The Heavy Rain commentary seems to be on one, as there's been no word at all since the Raws went up. Potentially an orphaned commentary. Possibly might be taken off hiatus eventually, as the topic was brought up in Sunshine, and Ryan gets annoyed at Hyperbit Hero since Ryan mentioned he was responsible for playing the game.
Hey, you're still responsible for playing it.
No, I think at this point I'll record the game. We'll just invite Hayden over.
Fine. Companion Cube. All three members are totally infatuated with the Companion Cube in their Portal playthrough. Solaris names it Biffalo the Third. Much to Johnny's confusion. The pretzel bag is another example, played for laughs, of course. Lewis considers Mario's pineapple to be one, and Mario is seen playing helicopters with it, even though just Ryan looking for a way out.
The computer is a cheating bastard. Ryan accuses the AI of cheating in Pokemon Crystal when Ted took on Lance.
He has an under-leveled Dragonite. He's cheating.
Johnny even made a joke about him using Missing No to get a glitch off screen. Brought up again in Leaf Green how Lewis complains how the AI will always inflict status conditions on you in battle, yet when you do try to do it against the AI, you'll fare more often than you should, statistically.
That's just a general complaint about RPGs in general, really.
Cousin Oliver. Ted, to some extent. He's significantly younger than the rest of the crew. Ryan sometimes lampshases by saying, "Kid," whenever a reference is made to something Ted never has heard of because he was born too late to have ever seen it. And also Elliot, for some reason, who's the youngest commentator to date. Commentator to date.
Elliot's not even all that much younger than me. He's 17, right?
Elliot is 2 years younger than you are.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you?
19. I turned 20 in April.
Yeah, 2 years.
Okay.
Crossover. That's not one word. For some reason, it's 2 words. For a long time, FTA did qualify for this, but he started to become a regular as of late. Perhaps the true crossover came from the Super Mario Galaxy race between NTOM64 of Hellfire commentaries and Johnny. This can also be seen in NTOM's 2013 New Year's update video, where he mentioned Johnny had given him advice regarding video scheduling.
What's that? You should spread the videos out.
We still haven't thought of a crossover game yet.
No. Cruelty is the only option. If the Mega Man playthroughs are any indication, my motto seems to be if I have to suffer playing through this part of the game, you have to suffer watching it. Cue screams of Lewis and Johnny. Although much to their happiness, we have actually finished all the Mega Man games.
At this point of the recording,
At this point, yes.
Yep.
Curse. The Sonic 06 playthrough has killed both Clements is fixed and Solaris replaced computers.
Yeah.
That took us forever to get through.
Well, cursed with awesome. In part 4 of Mario Kart 64, Lewis tells the others a story about one day in his younger years where a group of kids were mocking him by throwing money at him. This made the other commentators wish they were all bullied like that.
Deadpan Snarker. The crew resorts to this from time to time. It seems to be a favorite method of Solaris, though whether or not he's actually funny shall be left up to the individual watching. This is an extremely outdated trope. By now it should have made special mention of Ryan.
I think we all snark.
Aren't we all snarkers?
Yeah, we all snark.
I did it more often in the beginning.
I do it better.
But as we got into our groove, we all wound up doing it, and lately, I think the one who's been doing it most often is Ryan.
Fair enough. It's a Determinator. Anyone who can play all the way through Sonic 06 with their insanity intact deserves to be one.
I've done it 4 times.
All of us?
Super Determinator, Johnny.
I haven't done it.
Indeed.
Woo!
We're making you play that in Genesis one of these days.
No, never.
Never.
Department of Redundancy Department. Courtesy of Solaris in Part 8 of the Mega Man 3 commentary, and two parts of Sonic 06.
To kill you. And of course the loops are automatic, of course. It's a glowing blue box that glows. And it's just deceptively deceptive. Yep. Okay, next.
Discretion shot. A preferred editing method of myself whenever he completely... Oh, sorry. I should just read this the way it's typed. A preferred editing method of Johnny whenever he completely fucks something up, as in Sonic 4, for instance. I've read it with Ryan, who rarely edits at all.
Oh, shut up.
That's an outdated bullet point. We should cut that out. Or at least make an addendum bullet point beneath that bullet point that says he's getting better.
He's gotten better, a little bit.
Dissimile. Lewis gives one by describing Mario the Lost Levels. It's like Mario 1 except you die.
I like how die is bolded.
Well, I think I did an H.C. Bailey impression when I actually said that. Next.
Don't explain the joke. Johnny is now the only member, and guess who doesn't do this?
He's had to have done it at least once. There's 1,000 videos on this fucking channel.
That's the joke.
Dull surprise. Ryan has a tendency to sound rather bland sometimes. He lampshades it by saying he needs the other two because I'm boring. Typing blank is also this when he speaks. He also commented the reason the guys brought in Amanda during the Mario Sunshine commentary is that I was so boring they brought in somebody else.
Well, he wasn't speaking.
Well, we'll make him speak for Heavy Rain.
You need to commentate to be a commentator. Open that gob and let something out. Force it if you have to.
Earworm. It may just be this trooper, but Nairman's Invincible song may count as an interview verse example. Fun fact: Ryan didn't make the song. No, it's not his song. He's quoting
a Flash animation.
Yeah, there's a Flash. You can find it on YouTube the Mario's Invincibility song with lyrics. Yeah.
And also, he didn't come up with the loading song either. I'm pretty sure
that was FTA's.
Yeah.
But No More Heroes Boredom Mix is ours.
Oh, this is the video I made.
Yeah.
Huh.
I remember when I used to make these.
That was you?
Yeah, it says X in Shadow right there.
I know that, but
Oh, I didn't link it. I just downloaded the part and then edited the whole thing together.
Huh.
The more you know. Next.
Easy mode mockery. Or wait, was it my turn?
I believe it's Lewis's turn.
Easy mode mockery. A case of just for fun. A case of just for fun. Of course, but during the Mirror's Edge run of the game, Typing Blank calls out Nairman for playing the game on easy difficulty. Okay.
If it was anybody else, you would have called us out on it.
No, it's not for Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, for Mirror's Edge, you said you played on the easy difficulty. You said the only difference between easy and normal.
That's what I said. If someone else played Mirror's Edge on easy difficulty, I wouldn't have cared. Because it doesn't change anything.
It makes why not play it normal?
It makes the enemies easier to kill, which just makes the game more fun.
Yeah. Alright, so Elephant in the Living Room, averted by Johnny in the Portal playthrough, where he mentions that a possum is in his room and calls it to everybody's attention. This is also said in their commentary of Mega Man 4 when they made fun of this trope.
I'm not even sure that damn thing left my room. But, I haven't heard a peep out of it since.
It's still in the wall.
I don't know. I'm just going to assume it decomposed at this point. Good.
Well, if it had decomposed, you'd probably be able to smell it.
Well, I haven't smelled anything. Well, it's in the bathroom. So I can't tell whether I'm smelling the possum or my own shit.
Decomposing corpses smell a little bit different from feces, dude.
Epic fail. Johnny's encounter with Storm Eagle during the Mega Man X playthrough. He didn't die during the fight, but to be taken down to an inch of his life is by what's considered one of the easiest bosses in the Mega Man X series, was fair enough to stand as an example of this trope.
It is the easiest boss in the X series.
Why do people ignore my fucking Let's Play? People! Watch my Let's Play! I utterly dominate Storm Eagle in that playthrough.
It doesn't change the fact that you almost died to him in our run.
It was my first video commentary with you guys. I was nervous.
Sure, John.
Whenever a similar occurrence of epic fail occurs, the above example is referenced as a running gag by quoting the words, "It's Storm Eagle." Ryan recently surpassed, or would it be sunk lower than, Johnny since he was killed by Toadman? Solar somehow manages to get crushed by a ring box during the Knuckles run of Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
That was hilarious.
Solaris losing in less than 3 seconds. Ping, special stage 3 of Sonic 1.
Hey, that special stage is a nightmare, man. Okay? Just losing to that stage is like a badge of honor, okay?
Johnny getting shot and killed by turrets through a portal in the Portal 2 commentary part 10.
And that was your own stupidity on that one.
I got a little confused.
Failure! It's just the word failure. The multiple deaths in parts 1 and 2 in the Legend of Zelda playthrough, mostly due to Ted not being familiar with the game. It's soon to be, and I didn't get fucking lost! I didn't get fucking lost! I
should have
needed to
never-
reset the
You
recording.
should have never established that rule, Ted.
I needed to reset the recording. That's it.
We're never gonna let you live that down.
No.
But I
man.
didn't get. If you want to, okay. Here's the thing. If you want to rag on me for the shitty playing throughout the entire
You
rest
know,
of the
you
playthrough,
know we're joking, right?
Yeah, we know we're busting your balls, obviously, but it's just so fucking funny, man.
No,
Because
but I think there.
you shouldn't have done that.
No, but I think there are people who really think I got lost. And if you're
Oh,
trying,
but
if you're
that's-
just trying to kick me in the balls, that's one thing. But
No,
if
we're
you
just-
think I got lost, no.
We're just busting your chops, man.
That's their problem.
We're just
we're
bust-
just busting your balls. It's still funny though.
That having been said, the next trope is evil laughter. All of the main members, excluding Ted, can pull one off very well. Well, let's see what your evil laugh's like, Ted. Go on.
No, I actually can't do evil laugh.
Oh.
That sounds like being chased by debt collectors.
Good.
Heh, heh, heh. Foo, foo, foo. No,
If you. Evil Overlord list, read aloud by me and Lewis in the How to Be an Evil Overlord. That was like one of the first things we did.
No, the grand list of RPGs was the first ever
one.
list we ever
That
did.
was the second one, I
The
think.
second one is with you. You guys did that without me, actually.
Well, because we were waiting for you, because you were asleep.
Well, I'm sorry. I had a life.
No, more like you were
You
working.
were sleeping.
You were sleeping.
What kind of life is that?
I was sleeping because I got home from my job and I was tired.
Whose turn was it?
Yours.
Exact words. In the second reading of the TV Tropes page, Lewis questions the trope fridge logic as of how fridge are capable of bringing logic.
Well, they're not. They can't think, therefore they cannot logic.
BrainScratch now has its own DeviantArt page.
Woo.
You should go visit it.
Plug.
It's not
Yeah,
a plug
fuck
if
me.
it's our page. Lewis.
Oh, right. Hang on. I clicked that link, so I need to back for a second.
We have a page?
Fanboy. The guys are all fans of the Sonic series. Okay. Let's add a bullet point. I am a fanboy of the Persona series.
The thing I fanboy most about is probably Ace Attorney, actually.
Metroid.
Anime?
Mega Man, Ryan.
Sure.
I
Fan nickname. Because the Pokemon Crystal playthrough, everybody refers to Sonic and Shadow Fan 15/Amanda as the girl.
Even though that was recorded before we had met Amanda, actually.
Ted.
Well, I like just. Okay,
well, that particular playthrough, I remember what gag that trope is referencing. I think one of us, it might have been me, made a joke about getting a female commentator onto the team just for the sake of having a token female in the group, and yeah, that just sort of stuck somehow.
Okay, then. Well, since it's apparently my turn, fan sequel, sort of. Sonic Colors 2, The Quest for Coffee, as if Sonic needs any more. Sonic goes up to Knuckles. Hey, Knuckles, you have some coffee? Yeah, man, here you go. And thus the game ended.
He just gave up.
I did like that one.
Then Sonic 3
Sonic
CD.
3 CD and Knuckles. They're asking us so-
We'll get to Sonic 4 CDI and Juggles and Knuckles episode 5 part 3 featuring Ready the Armadillo soon.
I like how you can say that without stuttering.
He wrote the damn script.
I wrote the damn thing.
Okay,
John's turn.
Fate worse than death. In Sonic Colors, Ryan left two robots alive in Act 2 of Tropical Resort out of a huge horde of egg ponds, jokingly saying that he left them to mourn the deaths of the other ones.
Fucking bastard.
filler arc. Ryan admits that the Wario World playthrough is this.
And soon to be the Omaki parts of the Toadmania 2 commentary.
Eve was pretty much that too.
No, Eve was interesting. Shut up.
5 man.
It's interesting, but it's also 5 parts long, which pretty much just makes it filler.
Oh, it doesn't have to be a long commentary to be a valid commentary. That was an interesting game, and it deserves publicity. So
Okay.
there.
5-man band. Leader, me, smart guy, Lewis, Lancer, Johnny. Well, if he's the Lancer, how come he doesn't die in every playthrough? Sorry, I'm making a Fate Stay Night reference. Tagalong Kid, Ted, the chick, Amanda, Sixth Ranger. Insert guest commentator here.
Well, no, this I have issue with this because the 5-man band is leader, smart guy, Lancer, big guy, and the chick, and there's like only 3 of those. So, what the hell?
No, I think the 5-man band consists of different categories of.
But the most hold on. Now I got to open up the fucking trope page. Yeah, the group traditionally includes leader, Lancer, smart guy, big guy, and the chip, and the chick.
The chip. There's just this random potato chip laying on the floor.
Okay, well then that can be pretzel bag because he's close enough.
Well, they couldn't get a big guy, so they had a tag-along kid instead. Congratulations, that's you.
Okay, well then I'm going to redo this. Ryan's the leader, Lewis is the Lancer, I'm the smart guy, and Johnny's the big guy. There.
I still don't get how I'm the leader.
Well, you set up the whole thing. You're the leader by default.
Sure.
Okay.
Ted.
Oh. Why is it always my turn? Follow the leader. This group is a self-proclaimed ripoff of Hellfire commentaries. It's also possible that this very page is a ripoff of a certain other page, which is the Hellfire commentaries page. What? We can't have our own page? Who edited that in?
Most likely Lewis.
Actually, I was the one who edited in the first bullet point. Someone answered it with a second bullet point. BSC has also inspired different groups of Let's Players. Special mention goes to Dark Chaos Comms and Runner Guitar. Okay.
That's nice. Mentioned near the end of the Mega Man 4 playthrough, Johnny mentioned that both he and a friend of his wanted to make a drunken Let's Play, which has been done by Tipping 40s. Clement also attempted a drunken Meat Boy run.
Attempted.
he got over halfway through the game.
Yeah, then he became a goblin.
Yeah, let's see, he became shit-faced at that point.
Then he became a goblin.
Eat your bread.
For science. I was answered to every single question asked in Metroid Fusion and Sonic Color commentaries.
So now there's 4-man band, although the group is more of a 5-man band now after Ted joined. They were this for a while, so it applies to them. They don't have any guests. Me, only sane man / the pervert, really. Lewis, the smart guy. Johnny, the pervert, also is only sane man, and Ted, butt monkey.
Oh.
Wait. We can't have 2 the perverts. There can be only 1.
Me and Ryan are the exact same things.
You just switch back and forth between the 2, I guess.
I'm more of a sex feed.
You can't have 2 only sane men. Wait, this is a Katawa Shoujo quote, and I only just realized that. Right. Whose turn is it?
Yours. It's yours, Lewis.
I think we've lost our turn order. For Philosophy Ensemble, YMMV, but Ryan is the cynic, John is the optimist, Ted is the realist, and Lewis is the apathetic.
I think I'm more the apathetic one.
Followed by For Temperament Ensemble, Ryan is the phlegmatic, Lewis and Ted are either melancholic or choleric, hard to tell which is which, and Johnny is sanguine.
Okay, I don't know what any of those fucking things mean, so I'm going to check.
I know what melancholic means.
Okay, hold on, let's see. Ryan is phlegmatic, so introverted and people-oriented, generally calm, quiet, and reliable, but also docile, emotionless, and timid. Okay, Lewis and me are either melancholic or choleric. Melancholic is introverted and task-oriented, independent, courteous, organized, hard-worked, and analytical, but also an attached neurotic. Brooding, obsession, perfectionist with insanely high standards leads to depression. Okay, and choleric is extroverted and task-oriented, exhibits leadership, dominance, ambition, charisma, very passionate, but also easily angered or upset if shows arrogance, narrow-minded, obsession, and a hair-trigger temper.
Well, I know I'm not choleric.
Well, I'm not choleric either.
Okay,
So we're both melancholic, except not quite, because it kind of stops at the word introverted and just sort of doesn't have anything else to do with us.
And Johnny is extroverted and people-oriented, exhibits optimism, compassion, good cheer, a love of fun, enthusiasm. On the flip side, they may be impulsive, self-indulgent, wear their hearts on their sleeves, or even be a space case.
I never really liked that show.
Satanagi.
Are you a space case, Johnny?
I never really watched that show on Nickelodeon.
Oh god, that takes me back.
I forgot there was a show called Space Case. Next.
The
Gadfly. What is that? The Gadfly. What is that?
It's kind of like a troll, only not as mean.
During the Pokemon Leaf Green playthrough, I purposely knock out every legendary Pokemon I fight, except for Deoxys and Mewtwo and Articuno. I didn't knock her out, just to get a reaction from the rest of the commentators, mostly Ted. Johnny also used cheats to force a shiny tentacle to appear, where he goes to knock it out just to annoy Ted.
Oh, that was a glorious part.
Fuck you for that, again, for the record.
That was a glorious part.
Yeah.
Your reaction was
Hey,
priceless.
you can take me. You can fuck me over at any point you want, buddy.
That was such a glorious.
Sounded wrong, dude. Next, my turn. Gender Bender. Behold, Rule 63 BrainScratch comes. You can blame me for that, by the way. The boys, quote unquote, don't seem too happy about their predicament, Joanna being the only outright furious one. The rest just seem too embarrassed or generally annoyed to speak up about it. Manny, Amanda, the girl, seems to be enjoying the role reversal, though, wanting to make the girls part of a harem, to which they immediately object. Except Elliot, though this is due to the fact that his mind...
No. Except Elliot. Tough this.
Spell check, people. Spell check.
I think... Yeah. Now with individual pictures, Ryan is Rihanna, Lewis is Luis, Johnny is Joanna, Ted is Taya, Elliot is Elise, and Amanda is Manny.
That's still your fault, Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah.
A good name for a rock band. In Part 7 of the new Super Mario Bros. 3, Mario Bros. Wii, Johnny finds the name Wiggler's more suited to a band name, although there is a band similar to it. Think Kids Band.
Yeah, I completely forgot there was a kids-oriented group that was called the Wigglers.
The Wiggles. It was my brothers all watched them when they were real young, and
It still would be a good name for a rock band.
The Wigglers.
Yeah. Ted, your turn.
Grammar Nazi. The sheer number of edits made by Lewis when he was tinkering with the Wiki page. If Wiki edits could kill, the world would have ended that night. Lewis also displays his Langer dictatorship ambitions among commentaries as well, such as that time during the F-Zero GX playthrough where he got on Donnie's case for saying vampirish instead of vampiric. It turns out vampirish is a real word. In the Sonic 06 playthrough, Solar said fastly instead of quickly, but nobody called him out on it. It should also be noted that in the same part, Solar said that Sonic does it by the power of teleportation.
Teleportation, yeah.
Scooby-Doo, wow.
The intro call for the Sonic 4 playthrough, see the below example for incredibly lame pun, was redone many, many times as Solaris fussed over the inconsequential grammar aspects and wording issues. Nairman finally snapped, refusing to do it again. To this day, Lewis swears his original text was funnier.
It was. It was also too long. Unfortunately.
That's why I changed it. And you kept fussing about every little thing, and I just said, screw it. I'm the one with the Star Wars text crawl program. I'm doing it the way I want it.
Damn you.
The grand list of console role-playing game cliches. The very first BrainScratch Rambo we ever did.
Yep.
And we're sorry.
I haven't watched that in years.
Groin Attack. How I administered the coup de grace against Turbo Man in Mega Man 7. Coup de grace.
Well, actually, no, there's no accent marks on this one, so you could say coup de grace.
Guest star party member, the guest commentators.
Okay. That was a trope that needed explanation.
Lewis.
Hello, insert name here. The crew use normal names in most of the games they play, and they use each other's names in Pokemon. In The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, they give Link several names, such as Bort, Gary Oak, Batman, and finally settling on Dumbfuck.
I was so tempted just to use Batman.
No.
Well, Johnny, this means when you get to Majora's Mask, you have to name him Dumbfuck.
Yeah, I know, because it's the same Link. I know.
Oh, what canon are we going to go by for the rest of the games? Are we going by stupid 3?
If we're playing Zelda 2, he needs to be Boert, because that's the same Link from Zelda 1.
If we decide to do Link's Awakening after A Link to the Past, it needs to be the same name there.
Yeah.
Wow, we're really putting some major thought into this. Word up, yo. Next.
What are you naming him for A Link to the Past, Sean?
Whatever the subscribers want me to name him.
I say.
Most thumbs up name gets the name of the gets to be the
No,
name.
No. We've done that too much already.
What?
Just name him I say.
I like doing that.
They make us do terrible shit though. Black and Blue. Well, actually, I don't have to play any bullshit.
I'm
hard
just
games.
telling them if whoever wants to name Link to the Past, the name with the most thumbs up gets to be the name of the Link to the Past playthrough. I'm not telling them to ask us to record something. Just telling them to name Link to the Past.
Right. Let's just... next trope.
Hijacked by Seinfeld. Johnny states his favorite version of Aquatic Park's theme is the track in Act 2's version of it. So what do I do in Act 2? I use a blue list with music they dubbed the Seinfeld music for the majority level, effectively gone the opportunity to listen to it.
Which aggravates him. It's spelled.
Opportunity is misspelled too. Opportunity.
You know, browsers have spell check squiggles now. Just saying.
It's not a suggestion. They're correcting you. History repeats. Lewis records almost all of Sonic 06, but I'm sorry, this is not in past tense. Lewis recorded almost all of Sonic 06, but had computer problems, so Johnny finished the rest of the game. 2 years later, Lewis recorded the beginning of Pokemon Leaf Green, but due to computer problems, Johnny had to record the rest. Johnny has to record the rest. I'm sorry.
We are fucking grammar Nazi.
See, Kyle?
Alright. Hypocrite. As mentioned above, Solaris is a grammar Nazi, but during the Sonic 06 playthrough, Solaris said fastly instead of quickly, but no one called him out on it until their second reading of this very page. In the first part of the Rondo of Blood playthrough, Nairman says, "Can I axe you to die?" when fighting a boss with the axe weapon. Much later, sorry. One too many T's there, Mr. T. Starting with the X3 playthrough, Nairman, started making fun of Xan Shadow. That Shadow should be capitalized, damn you, whenever he makes a bad pun.
Don't worry, I make one later.
Nairman mocks Johnny for turning down the difficulty in one playthrough, only to play Mirror's Edge on easy. He's called out on this by typing blank. He also does this in the Wario World playthrough.
What, do you want us to watch me spend, an hour in each level just running around back and forth?
If you're not going to play the game, then why even bother?
Okay, to make up for Wario World, I will do a 100% run through of Wario Land 4 legitimately.
Okay, good. That's a good game.
To make up for Wario World, I will go through Sonic Unleashed and actually film myself collecting medals. No! Fuck you. Anyway, where he plays the game with a 100% file with full health and all collectibles. He's called out on this by Johnny and Ted. Notice I didn't call him out on it.
I think that's well, actually, you were in all the parts. Johnny missed one. Never mind.
Yes. As well as when he gets fed up with the infamous...
No, when he get apostrophe S. What does the get has?
When he gets fed up with the infamous Chuckster level in Pianta Village, he goes to a 100% file with 70 lives with 70 lives, do Corona Mountain, skipping that, along with...
Oh, wow, you missed me splashing Shadow Mario one more time.
Could have done it. I mean, skipping that Chuckster level is one thing, but you could have done the other required ones.
Skipping that along with 2 of Pianta Village's other missions.
Wow, you missed me splashing Shadow Mario one more time.
Amanda calls out Lewis's shit editing in Pokemon Leaf Green for saying Ryan is shit at editing, while as time has passed, Ryan has been editing more while Lewis has been editing less.
Lewis barely records anything.
Please start recording stuff, Lewis.
I will!
I'm gonna keep bugging you until you do.
This time next year we will be halfway through Persona 3, I promise. Wait, no, that's not very good progress at all.
Hypocritical humor. Me. I criticized Johnny for chickening out being a pussy when turning down difficulty for one of his playthroughs, yet my playthrough mirrors edge. Yes, we've been through this a lot.
How many times is this going to be brought up in different tropes?
Until Ryan learns.
Shut up. Yeah, I play Beautiful Joe on normal difficulty.
There's also
Yeah, but
this
not
thing-
on hard.
Because it's bullshit on hard.
You're not trying to impress anybody, goddammit.
Hey, at least I'm not playing it on easy, so shut up.
There's also this little bit from Sonic Genesis Part 1, Ted, because unlike you guys, I don't go out of my way to play shit, and then Ryan says the guy that recorded Shadow the Hedgehog for us.
That's because Ryan passively aggressively made me do the shadow. Blah.
Well, I wasn't gonna do it.
Well, I don't blame you for not doing it.
I hate past me. Not much hate, but they mostly try to communicate with their past selves to move on, stop sucking, or look at the obvious.
Segueing into a related trope, I meant to do that. Anytime a screw up somehow benefits on their progression. Johnny will mostly say, yeah, that was intentional.
Incredibly lame pun. At the
Incredibly rain.
At the insistence of Sororis.
At the insistence of Solaris, Ryan included a Star Wars intro crawl in the first part of Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1 commentary, titled Tittling, the episode The Fandom Menace.
No, that's actually spelled correctly, titling.
Oh, well, tittling's funnier to say. So, tittling the episode The Fandom Menace. Me, you think it, I pun it. At least Johnny's at least.
No, wait, that's not spelled right. That says tittling.
Tittling.
There needs to be an I between the T and L.
No, there doesn't.
Are you sure?
Google check. Nope. They're right.
Okay.
Still,
Yeah.
tittling is funnier.
Well, English 101, okay? If you want a letter to sound long, you put one consonant after it. If you want it to sound short, you put 2. As in 2 of the same.
Okay, me, you think it, I pun it. I don't even think Johnny's rooting for me anymore.
Oh, I am. In an abusive way, anyway.
God forbid we ever get you and Chug in a video together.
And how I was able to write Typing Blank's name in Pokemon Crystal as typing space.
I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah, that was actually pretty clever.
Yeah. Next.
Indecipherable lyrics. In part 4 of the Smash Brothers playthrough, me and John sing along with the Brawl theme in misheard lyric style, and then I add them later in the last part.
In harm's way. I repeatedly state that I am reckless during the Mega Man X games, causing myself to put myself in danger, or close to getting killed a few times.
Storm Eagle.
In Memoriam, played for laughs at the very beginning of the Mega Man X2 playthrough, both Johnny and Ryan praise on how amazing the Green Biker Dude is, and are saddened by his early death, dedicating the first part's title in his honor.
But he's our greatest friend.
The internet is for porn.
For porn!
Hold on, I lost. Brought up by Ryan and Johnny during Tohovania.
John.
Is this thing still on? Inverted in part 9 of the Mario 64. During the first 2 minutes, Lewis was thinking why there were others ignoring him and ruining his Sonic 3D Blast Fire joke. Until he finds out the mic was on mute. Johnny was wondering before where he was. Played straight occasionally when the crew forgets that the part is over when they're talking about a different topic.
Lewis.
Jump scare. A couple happened during the Eve playthrough. They managed to startle Ted and Amanda pretty good.
Oh, my Jinx jump scare in Pokemon Leaf Green wasn't scary enough, I see.
Killed off for real. Wait, Pretzel Bag was eaten by Johnny during the Pokemon Crystal playthrough? What? You ate
Why did nobody tell me?
Why did the Why would you eat a Pretzel Bag?
He didn't.
I ate his soul. All that remains was
Steve.
Oh, you mean the pretzels? Okay, but
Yeah.
those are his intestines. His
Yeah, I know.
intestines. Do you know what intestines are filled with, Johnny?
Pretzels.
Salty goodness.
You're still a monster for that, by the way. Anyway, I think it's my turn, and if it's not, well, then it's my turn anyway. A kleptomaniac hero. During the No More Heroes playthrough, Ryan displayed a bizarre and extremely pointless desire to activate every fire extinguisher in the building on his way to a certain boss, and yet he disregarded the more useful wrestling masks. Lewis is more practical. He's only a raging klepto when it comes to things you can actually collect, although they might still be completely pointless, as are the silver medals in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. And he'll still probably have a compulsive urge to collect them and might not be able to suppress it. Johnny, however, states that he is the anti-klepto of the group, and he completely ignores the Red Star ring during the Sonic Generations playthrough, even though they were right there!
You landed literally an inch away from one, and you just walked away.
The basic rule of thumb between the two, Ryan collects useful things, Riddler trophies and Joker teeth, while Solaris collects pointless things, extra lives and continues in Sonic 3 Knuckles, which has a save function. You call every freaking fire extinguisher practical.
If I do a Heroes Paradise for the PS3, I'm going to do that again.
My reactions to Johnny ignoring expansions in Metroid Fusion show that I, too, am a klepto. Or maybe he should just get them because they're fucking helpful.
Oh, Ted.
Just saying.
I'm just better at the game than you are.
Well, I'm not. No one's arguing that.
Lazy Bum, where the crew is known for their unprofessionality, I seem to be the only one that cuts corners for required material. See Sunshine and New Super Mario Brothers walkthrough. Although, who cares about New Super Mario Brothers?
You didn't get to the goal ring. Or end flag.
And when he doesn't cut corners, he usually leaves in useless footage that goes on much longer than needed. See Madness mantra below.
Let's play. It's not. Some people would assume it's due to the voices matching the gameplay, especially Ryan's. Matt, for those who think it's a Let's Play.
It's like,
What's the difference between a Let's Play and what we do, really?
a commentary just exists for you to talk about what's being displayed on the screen. A Let's Play is a video game walkthrough.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, we're essentially... I'd pretty much just say that this is a Let's Play channel, but whatever.
In essence, they're similar, but there are
They're
differences.
close enough.
Well, we just suggested Lewis edit in cutscenes and levels for Sonic Unleashed. You don't do that on a Let's Play.
Whose turn is it?
Let's see
What?
you do better. Recent commentary showed Ted mainly criticizing Johnny and Ryan for not getting easy items, high ranks, or other mundane things, which results in Ryan telling Ted to do a 100% run of the same game for his channel. Ted denies doing so because he has other games to do.
Or maybe I'm just lazy. You decide.
Limited sound effects. Behold the majestic and multi-talented Nairman 214 as he lends a much-needed dose of ambience to an epic showdown between Leon S. Kennedy and a squad of zombie cultists.
Swipe.
Queef, crack, boom, pow, ice. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what this thing just say, but
I still think overall that's our best commentary.
I haven't
Yes.
watched the entire thing in quite a long time.
Well, maybe it's subjective to which is the best, but I think that's definitely one of our better ones.
one of our not to rub our dicks here too much, but one of our best early commentaries when we're still getting our stride,
Yeah.
if we ever did in the first place. But I've got other candidates. I love the Final Fantasy VI one, and I love the Pokemon Crystal one too.
I go back and watch the Sonic Generations commentary every now and again.
Mega Man X3 and Legend of Zelda are two of my personal favorites.
And I'm also watching the Ocarina of Time one a lot too. So
If the Persona 3 commentary does not become our best commentary ever, I am going to cry.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 10.
No, I think it's your turn.
Whatever.
What?
Ludicrous speed in order to get through the second Sky Chase sub-game in Part 11 of Sonic Adventure playthrough without having to jump cut. Johnny interrupts the in-game footage with Lord Dark Helmet shouting, "Ludicrous speed, go!" Johnny then speeds the video up to around 300% and adds the plaid look directly into the movie. And according to me, Lewis has never seen Spaceballs.
I haven't. Still haven't. I should get on that and torrent that. I've watched Ghostbusters, though. I finally did that. So everyone knows that I know what Zool is now.
Zool, motherfucker.
I still have trouble remembering which Ghostbuster is Egon, though.
Egon's the one that looks like Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy to remember.
Fuck you all.
What? Madness mantra. Solaris nearly goes insane while watching an entire full-length part of Narrowbed farming for Rush Jet Energy in Mega Man 3 to the point where he had delusions of drawing magic in Final Fantasy VIII. This happens again during the No More Heroes 2 parking lot section, although the madness was not so severe. Although that was scripted.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Well, the first part of it was, yeah. But, and it comes back in full force during the F-Zero GX gameplay. Below is just a small sample. And again in the commentary for Mega Man 4, where Ryan is farming for energy drops when he thought he edited it out. During the Portal 2 co-op commentary during Part 15, Johnny gets so bored out of his mind that he starts playing Sonic R music, the theme from Jeopardy, and the Me Channel theme, trying not to go insane. 9-7 during the new Super Mario Bros. We play through, and the Chuckster level in Super Mario Sunshine. Ryan even juxtaposes "fuck this level" with his failures. Johnny also mentions this trope.
Have a nice chucking day.
Chucker.
Ted.
Manchild. Johnny admits this. Pretty much the whole BrainScratch crew. Matt calls the crew out for singing the Winnie the Pooh. Well, it wasn't really singing the Winnie the Pooh theme song. It was more me saying that I liked Winnie the Pooh. Immediately after which Ryan begins to sing the My Little Pony theme.
Man with 1,000 voices. Out of the 4 commentators, Johnny has done the most imitations, from doing many accents and voices for characters in-game or as a joke. Whenever someone makes a joke, he will proceed with a laugh dubbed as the Fozzie laugh. He hasn't done that in ages, and it was misnamed by me to begin with. Man, that bullet point is like way outdated. When was the last time you did that? I don't even remember.
I don't think it's been years.
Well, not years.
At least 2 years.
Yeah.
During the Pokemon Yellow playthrough, when a Dragonite is sent out to battle in the Elite Four...
That's actually my favorite part of the entire playthrough. Gangster up on all these bitches.
You baked yourself on these bitches.
His Big the Cat impersonations are spot on and quite hilarious with the shit he comes up with.
Someone needs to add in the Pikmin voices that he did. I found a hissing rock.
Put it down, you fool.
He has sung parts of the Trollolol song to the point that he does sound like, if not close to, Edward Kill. Okay.
Well, I'm not doing that ever again. That really hurts your throat.
Don't even try, Ted.
I could hit it if I tried.
Yeah, maybe if I stick a knife down your throat to cut up your tonsils a bit.
I've had some formal singing training, so if I practiced a little bit, I could probably hit it.
Has everybody brought their vices today? I did.
The many deaths of Mew. Ted gets his ass kicked hard at The Legend of Zelda.
And keep in mind that I cut out all the deaths where I didn't actually make any progress. Like,
Jesus Christ.
I get through all of Ganon's dungeon in one part, right? That took about as long. That one dungeon took about half of the recording time.
God damn.
And I apparently suffer this in Lost Levels, although I edited out a lot of things. At least that one's just bullshit hard.
Miles Gloriosus. Mere inches away from losing his final life and the points he amassed throughout the game, Airman currently hovers on the sidelines during the final boss of the multiplayer Turtles in Time reshelled playthrough. He steals the last blow after all the 3 players were the final boss down, celebrating his status as the designated winner.
I had the most points.
Does it again on the Pokemon Crystal playthrough where he brags that he, Ghastly, was the reason why they defeated Miltank.
I was the reason they killed Miltank.
Yeah, you suckled those teats really well. And again in the Pokemon Crystal playthrough, when he says that he, a hunter this time, was why Ted defeated Poliwrath.
Keep in mind that you were completely useless in the battle against Red.
Well, that's because you refused to evolve me into a Gengar.
I was tired.
I couldn't. It was an emulator.
Mind screw. Johnny and Nairman do this to Solaris during the levels play. What?
The lost level. It's supposed to be the lost levels.
When Solaris' video won't load, making up several things that are happening, including Bruce Lee coming on the screen for some reason.
Oh god, that was really old.
Someone added motor mouth with just the word Amanda on it. MST3K mantra invoked by Clement's line, "It's a video game," which sums up this trope to a T. Never learned to read, typing blank, unfortunately, as he repeatedly stumbles through reading these tropes during this special episode. Wow, we even make tropes during our trope reading episodes.
No holds barred beatdown. Super machine gun table attack. And no indoor voice. Elliot and Scott Pilgrim and Spax during the Ninja Turtle stuff. There's a reason we haven't invited him back.
Whoa, dude, lay off the caps lock. Seriously. You're no indoor voice. You're the one shouting. Come on.
Not what it looks like. Ted near the end of Part 5 of Sonic Colors commentary, the part where he fangasms multiple times to a Planet Wisps music. Yeah.
Okay, let's just escape past that one. Obvious beta, something the crew takes advantage of with the Resident Evil 4 special episode. And there's a small quote from Johnny, "I hope they never fix this."
And they still haven't.
They still haven't. Which means we should probably do one for Resident Evil 5 whenever we get to that.
Yeah. Ted.
Oh, off model. The trio points out instances during cutscenes in the Rondo Blood commentary where the sprites don't look quite right.
They look awful.
Dracula's hand seems detached from the rest of his body.
His massive shoulders.
Oh no, not again. During Ringman stage of Mega Man 4, Ryan repeatedly runs back and forth across the gaps to recharge Mega Man's health meter or farm lives. The rest of the crew and guests ends up moaning in despair, fearing a retread of the Mega Man 3 fiasco. Spoiler warning, fortunately, he doesn't really grind all that long. Now deliberately invoked as of the Mega Man 5 playthrough. We can now grow to expect this with every every other Mega Man playthrough.
With every inconsequential Mega Man playthrough. Old shame. Ryan feels this way with the Super Mario Bros. And Mega Man 2 playthroughs, which we do plan on redoing eventually.
It's Storm Eagle!
We're not redoing that, though.
It's Toadman!
What is the bigger fail?
Which one's the bigger fail? It's Toadman.
Omnicidal Maniac. The guys are convinced Kirby is one. He is one!
Listen, I love the little guy, but he's a fucking monster and needs to be put down for the good of everyone else.
How many dozens of Dreamland has he killed for no particular reason?
A lot of these aren't even trying to hurt him. They're just minding their own fucking business.
Once an episode. Solaris, Johnny, and Nairman are all Sonic fans, and thus a shit ton of Sonic references. After subscriber Metal Hellspawn began keeping a count of how many Sonic references the team made per video, he stopped counting after some time. It unknown of how many references are made so far. Solaris began announcing Sonic references before and after making them in a vain attempt to add humor to his chronic inability not to associate anything and everything he possibly could with his beloved childhood hero. Lately, I haven't been making Sonic references at all. Instead, I've been referencing Persona at every possible opportunity. Yes, I'm that into that series right now. Sorry about that.
One episode wonder. The only playthrough that has one part is Tetris. Possibly because the title says Tetris Part 1.
Part 1.
You don't say.
Where's Part 2, damn it?
What do you want us to do for Part 2?
We could play the Type B music.
Part 1 of the saga. It's a one-part saga.
One of us. Nairman and Johnny have frequently mentioned this very wiki in their videos, even listed some tropes by name. Solaris, on the other hand, has never bothered to join the site until this page was made. See the above example of grammar Nazi.
Yeah, I only joined so that I could clean up this page, because when it was first made, it looked horrible.
And there's still work to be done.
Yes.
Only
yes.
known by their nickname. Johnny's real name is Juan, but everyone, including his brother and Johnny himself, call him Johnny.
Sometimes Jim Bob. Fuck you, Gareth.
Only sane man, Solaris seems firmly rooted in reality as he constantly nitpicks and rants about anything in games that wouldn't make any logical sense in the real world. As of late, Ted seems to be following in his footsteps. Wait a second, back up. I thought it was Ryan and Johnny who were the only sane man. So wait, me and Ted are...
I think it just depends on the game, really.
All four of us are the only sane man. We are one person in four bodies.
Original character, Junkles and Knuckers from Sonic 3CD and Knuckles and Knuckles. Pretzel Bag could also count for this as the many incarnations of Biffalo. Well, Pretzel Bag would count if he wasn't a real person with feelings. Gosh, guys, insensitive much?
Well, out of focus. Lewis seems to become this lately. Wow. Someone made a trope for my lack of concentration. Do I have to give the whole I am not a fictional character, I am an individual speech again?
No, it's, I think it's more referencing you not being able to, missing out on commentaries because of your computer fuck-ups.
Oh.
The perfectionist, Solaris, who tends to go after everything he sees in both his Sonic 1 playthrough and during most of his recording of Sonic 06, seems to have lightened up during his Knuckles run of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, besides getting perfect in special stages and amassing extra lives and continues.
Do you know what we should do? Record him playing Sonic 1 Omochao Edition on Momocon.
Oh god, damn you all. How many times would I freeze per loop? But I do want to record Sonic 2 XL.
Oh, what the onion rings?
Hearts on fire. Poor communication kills. 90% of the entire reason for deaths and frustrations in Portal 2 co-op.
Oh, it was more than that. It was more than fucking that.
You could have had headsets. Why?
We could have, but we didn't.
Anyway, Power Trio. Ryan, Johnny, and Lewis, of course. But with my promotion, they're more of a four-man band now. Sonic and Shadow Fan 15 seems to be becoming the chick, even though she isn't technically a permanent member. Technically, she just isn't a permanent member. Period. Why do you guys keep on saying that? Where did you get the idea?
Pungent Master. Both Ted and Paranoia Sonic. Unlike the former, the latter makes well-timed puns in the Mega Man X3 commentary. Again, God help us all if Chugga Conroy
If we do manage to get Chugga Conroy to guest star in one of our commentaries, I want a pun-a-thon. About 5 minutes, but I want to see who does better.
I might lose. I can't come up with the shit on command.
Put on a bus. Ted lampshades this during the Tetris commentary, saying how that Lewis is back, he does not need to be there. The quiet one. Typing blank becomes this in Super Mario Sunshine. There's a quote of me saying, "He speaks! He speaks!" I forgot about that. Rapid-fire comedy most of the time, where there isn't any silence going on. The best form was Ryan's Captain's Logs in Pikmin.
And yes, for everyone wondering, I'm doing Picard when we get to 2.
What about 3? Voyager or Deep Space Nine?
I'd rather do Deep Space Nine. Everyone hates Voyager.
Refuge in Vulgarity. The Shadow the Hedgehog playthrough seems to have become this, starting from part 12.
Well, seeing as part 13 is titled Penis, that seems pretty fitting.
The reason you suck speech. Johnny gives out these during the Portal 2 co-op and Sonic Genesis playthrough. Who am I talking to? The former due to being extremely boring, mostly because of Ryan's and Lewis's dicking around, and the latter due to being a bastardization of the original Sonic the Hedgehog.
Retroactive wish. Inverted. Anytime Johnny talks about a game he once played before that he loves, hates, the viewers will immediately ask him if he can record it for a commentary. Talked about in Tohovania.
Rule 34, an obvious joke that Solaris in particular exploits whenever possible. Wait, this is a really out-of-date trope. One example occurs during the Super Mario 2 Lost Levels commentary. That was the fire porn gag. Revisited again on Mega Man 8 during the Grenade Man mid-boss battle.
And it was Gareth who brought that up.
I can't unhear that now, though.
Of course. Well, why do we have a Rule 63 listing when we already have Gender Bender? Just skip that one. It's the same thing. Running gag. This is a long one, so let's just alternate. Ryan, you first.
Certain gags and things show up repeatedly across a number of videos, such as Johnny's old shame. The team running the G.I. Joe mantra in the ground really only did that for like 2 LPs.
Yeah, we haven't touched that in years, man.
And Solaris'
Man.
constant Sonic references. Someone pausing the game as they dilated to pausing won't save you. See callback. Johnny.
An outburst of the word nuclear! Whenever there's a quibble about pronunciation.
Solaris and his arguments with some guy on the Sonic Retro forums comes up a lot. Well, they came up a lot for a little while around that time.
Eat a snake.
Ted, you next.
The legacy of Biffalo and all of his its incarnations. Has there been a female Biffalo?
We've had this conversation before. If it was female, it'd be Biffala.
Oh yeah, Biffalo. Anyway, in the Symphony of the Night playthrough, whenever something doesn't make sense, Johnny just says it's okay because this castle is a creature of chaos. It may take many incarnations.
Ted also adding Sonic's Final Smash Shout from Super Smash Bros. Brawl almost every time the move Super Sonic is used in the Pokemon Crystal commentary.
I think that Guile's theme is probably a more famed thing if we're talking about edited stuff.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Ted also naming the Pokemon he catches and intends to use during a Pokemon playthrough after various members of BrainScratch commentaries. It should be noted that every time he does this, Johnny gets pissed off. You made me a fucking yellow rat. You made me a fucking bug.
Hey, Heracross
If
is
you're
awesome.
still still pissed off after Gen 3, I'm just gonna say that you're incredibly picky.
I didn't.
When we do black and white, name the ice cream cone after Johnny.
Fuck you. But anyway, I wasn't so angry with Heracross because Heracross is awesome. Pikachu, you can't even evolve it into a Raichu in Pokemon Yellow.
Let's see, another running gag,
Yeah,
Johnny.
you have to trade it to another version and then evolve it. But then you lose the walk around Pokemon thing. So
Let's see.
sad face.
Johnny bringing up the DMC4 playthrough and co-op. And Solaris bringing up Naruto during Final Fantasy VI.
In Sonic Colors, whenever Ryan points out a very awkwardly placed red ring, like one's put behind shooting jelly bean missiles, behind dash panel to send you into a screen-locked area of the level, he will get mad at Sega and will say, "Dick move, Sega. Dick move."
You only did that like once, maybe
A
twice.
running gag needs to be done more than a few times to be a running gag. Just saying.
Wario World, I got $1 million contract.
Luigi finds $1 million under the couch.
This next one is 4 lengths. Why? Each one leads to a different trope.
Anything but that mattress. So bad it's horrible, and this is gonna suck.
And then
Captain's
the next,
log, stardate now.
Uh,
In
that-
Ocarina of Time, I put the Skyward Sword animation whenever Link's walking around somewhere, and it's magic. Ooh, with whimsy.
No, they're also talking about the ooh clip too.
Yeah. We have front walking animations planned out for whenever we get to Majora's Mask.
Oh, damn right we do.
Saying sound effects out loud, a running gag mostly done by Ryan in Resident Evil 4. Swipe, swipe, swipe.
Say my name. Played for last during Final Fantasy VI playthrough when the guys wouldn't keep shouting the characters' names because they were capitalized.
This also appears in a video where they read IGN's top 100 RPGs list with their repeated cries of Lewis whenever a game comes up that they know nothing about but him.
Yeah, the Lewis call. You never respond to it, by the way.
No, it worked. It worked earlier.
It worked earlier off the mic.
It worked earlier off the mic, but that was only because I was trying to talk, but my microphone had come unplugged and I didn't notice. Okay, schedule slip. Due to issues with Solaris' PC blue screening, some playthroughs were held back until the issue was fixed. Still haven't gotten back to recording Infamous, by the way. I started recording that around the same time as Sonic 06 with my really shitty Dazzle. I'm kind of glad that recording didn't go through as the final playthrough because the video quality was shit. The Scrappy, invoked by Nairman, who immediately referred to typing blank as such at the beginning of the Mirror's Edge commentary. Also lampshaded with Amanda in the Dragon Ball retrospective. Amanda, why am I here? Johnny, because we want to piss off the subscribers. They can't stand you. Okay. Next.
Sidrog cab name. The Nair part of Niarban is Ryan.
You spelled it correctly earlier.
You spelled it correctly, and then you misspelled it. Look, it's Nairman. It's supposed to rhyme with Airman, okay? It's not that hard. It's not a Nyan Man or a Nyar Man. It's Nairman. Airman with an N. Shipper on deck. During an interview with Sonic Paradox, the crew found out that their viewers had shipped Ted with Amanda, Ted with Lewis, Johnny with Lewis, and Johnny with Ryan. They were not only disturbed by the pairings, but also by the fact that their fans were shipping real people. During same interview, Johnny questioned why pairings in the internet are called ships, giving Solaris an interesting idea. From now on, shipping will be known as boating. I vote Naruto Hinata. Right. I forgot about everything that happened during that interview.
Shoutouts. Okay. Bendafloss, Hailfire, Big Al, Clement, Nostalgia Critic, blah 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 blah. Sonic, shout out to Junkles.
Now we can go rape that village. Yay, Monster Ride.
You guys bring up Chugga a lot.
Sometimes I'll quote somebody on the Raw channel, because why not? And the Yukino Joe clips for in the Ocarina of Time playthrough.
Sir swears a lot. That's Big Al and Matt. Sixth Ranger. X and Shadow has now become the official. If it's the fourth, why is it the sixth? That trope makes no sense.
The sixth Ranger is there's 5 Power Rangers during most for like the first half of the season, and then the 6th one joins the team.
Yeah, so. I know. The Smurfette principal, Sonic and Shadow Fan 15 is the only female member of the BSE crew, lampshaded. In the Pokemon Crystal playthrough, where the last Pokemon captured, a Skarmory, is nicknamed the Girl. Sonic can breathe in space. Johnny and Nairman's justification for anything Sonic does in Sonic Colors. Sorting algorithm of tropes, the sliding scale of Lewis to not Lewis. There's a sliding scale?
I don't remember that. What's that one from?
I think it was ranging from
how Lewis
Kleptomania.
Oh, I see.
So funny, it's funny. Johnny says that Ted's terrible puns are amusing to him in the Pikmin commentary. Well, they were. I thought so.
Soundtrack Dissonance. Part 19 of the Ocarina of Time commentary has music during fight against Phantom Ganon, replaced with the cheery and upbeat music from Mario Golf Tennis to go along with Ryan's tennis racket weapon.
So you were saying, Lewis makes a solid argument about Mario 64's power-ups being highly situational and gimmicky, only for me to completely ignore him by pointing out the goofy music. Again, this happens when Lewis tries to explain about the CGI cutscenes involving the Xbox 360 port of Sonic Adventure. Johnny interrupts it by remarking at how slow Dr. Robotnik is crashing down near Tails. Whee!
Also, the name of this trope is also played straight and inverted in many playthroughs when they are recording many parts in a row, usually done by Solaris. As I was saying before the end of the last part, etc., etc.
Speech impediment, Andrew.
Spork, catchphrase used in some of the earlier videos. It didn't catch on.
It didn't catch on.
I'm surprised anyone remembers that at all.
That was old. That's real old.
I think this trope has been on there since the beginning.
That was Nowhere Heroes, wasn't it? Or
earlier than that.
Oh, earlier than that. It was the first commentary of Mario Brothers, and we did Mega Man 2. and I think one part in the Sonic Adventure 2 battle playthrough, but after that we just stopped because it was stupid.
You're the one who came up with it, Lewis.
I know.
I am ashamed, okay? You don't need to tell me. Story arc. In the Tails portion of the Sonic Adventure playthrough, during the flashback of Tails meeting Sonic for the first time in Part 10, the gang quickly comes up with a story of how Sonic had stolen a penny that he, Tails, himself had found.
I still think that's one of our best moments of that playthrough.
Later in the Sonic Colors Let's Play, you still owe me that penny, Sonic.
And we're gonna bring that up every time Sonic and Tails are on screen together.
My favorite one is Wario World, though. It's just like, how much money is this castle worth? $999,999.99. Does anybody have a penny? I would if Sonic didn't take it.
You still owe me that penny, Sonic, so the bet is moot.
That was just me misspeaking.
and later in the Sonic Colors playthrough, yeah, okay. And later in Wario World, where Tails' missing penny prevents Wario's castle from being as much as Mario's $1 million contract.
The Not Lewis Chronicles, named after a set of commentaries Lewis never appeared in, has just ended Part 3 of the Pokemon Leaf Green commentary.
Stuff blowing up. When Johnny beats you Mega Metroid and Metroid Fusion, he starts to shoot shot missiles.
How do you shot missiles?
How do I shot missiles?
At random places in order for the ending to start while everybody's chanting blow
Blow
shit
shit
up.
up.
Blow
Blow
shit
shit
up.
I think one of the things you blew up was this guy's grammar faculties, so...
Sorry, stray missile.
Suddenly voice. They'll give any inanimate object, creature, or any silent character a voice.
Suckiness is painful. Ted actually got a headache, yes, a real one, from the Sonic Genesis commentary. So did several of the viewers. Actually justifiable. The screen crunch, horrible frame rate, and randomly disappearing / reappearing objects / backgrounds are akin to the Virtual Boy and how they assault a person's eyes. It was... Oh, okay, never mind.
Take that. Everyone
ahead.
likes to take jabs at each other by the commentaries. Everyone likes to take jabs at each other, either by the commentator's gameplay or whatever they said. Ryan seems to be a target of this. However, he shrugs it off and tells them to shut the fuck up.
Talk about the weather, parodied by Ryan's How About That Local Sports Team, coined during the F-Zero GX commentary, to which Lewis responded, "No, I hate sports." Yeah.
No, that came out wrong. Lewis during Part 1 of Sonic Lost World.
There you go again, right next to the checkpoint. Well, it doesn't matter. I have a portable checkpoint in my pants. Did you just say that out loud? I didn't mean what you think I meant. I don't remember what I meant. What did I mean?
Save states. The save states.
Oh, right.
Theme music power up during Captain Falcon's entrance in Smash Bros. Brawl. I edited in Searching for the Truth in the anime. And Runner Guitar made some things for each of us, actually.
There are no girls on the internet. As it turns out, this trope plus internet equals 4 equals for a whole lot of squick. Aw, man. Aw, man.
That was actually a really funny moment.
That's my favorite line in the entire playthrough.
That was actually surprisingly clever for you.
Third person. Almost every time he posts a channel comment with their joint YouTube account, Solaris forgets to sign his name as part of the comment. He then remembers, comes back, and adds an additional comment reading, "Said Solaris," to clarify who posted the comment. Ted appears to have done this as well.
Oh, one fucking time.
We all do that.
Yeah.
One person, you do it once, no one ever lets you live it out.
I seem to be the only person who remembers to do that every time.
This is gonna suck. The boys open the Sonic 06 commentary this way. Also, every episode of the Sonic Genesis commentary. Also, token non-human pretzel bag.
Top 10 list. We frequently read aloud that and make fun of IGN's top whatever list. Unevil laugh, Ted. Bwahaha.
Unsound effect. In the Castlevania Rondo of Blood commentary, Johnny took the liberty of adding subtitles to the cutscenes, which took a long fucking time. Thank you. You're welcome. In the very first cutscene, when a woman screams after being sacrificed, the subtitle reads, "Woman screaming."
Video game cruelty potential. The playthrough of New Super Mario Bros. Wii has Toad always being thrown into enemies or pits.
The fucker deserves it.
Walking disaster area. The guys theorize that Samus is this, seeing as how pretty much every planet or ship she lands on ends up exploding. Whenever someone points out that Talon 4 didn't explode, Ryan adds,
Yet. I'm sure there will be a sequel where she goes back to Talon 4 and then it explodes.
She did explode the space station at the beginning of that game, so maybe that just filled her quota for that month.
You can always blow up more, Lewis.
Watch it
Watch it
stoned.
stoned. Johnny's painkillers he needed to take after his trip to the emergency room calls for some questionable content during the F-Zero GX playthrough. It is debatable, however, whether or not this commentary was the consequence of the painkillers or of his extreme boredom.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. In part 4 of Sonic 4 Episode 2, Ted's Skype screws up a lot, leading to him often not being able to finish his sentences several times.
Sentences.
The episode is appropriately titled Ted vs. Skype. Skype won, for the record. Johnny and Clement's Skype screw up a lot during the Mega Man 6 playthrough. We already talked about that one. Moving on.
We cannot go on without you. Ryan hosts and records all of the Skype chats, so him dropping out will cause the crew to start all over from the part they were in. Fortunately, that doesn't actually ever happen.
We want our jerk back. A lot of the fans are missing Lewis for commentary after his computer crash. Whether or not the random guest appearances were any better or interpretive, but he was sorely missed by the community. And they just go on to say more appearances where you missed out.
Oh,
Wham line. The reactions of Ryan, Clement, Ted, and Paranoia Sonics when I said I preferred Mega Man X6 to Mega Man
What
X3.
is wrong with you?
I haven't even played the game, and what is wrong with you?
Oh, fuck you. If you haven't played the game, you have no right to judge.
Yeah,
What is
well,
the
I
reaction?
can jump on bandwagons like the best of them.
X6 is significantly worse than 3, dude.
the reactions of
I-
everyone in the Mike Pollock interview when Mike said that he did a lot of hentai voice work early on.
Right,
What,
child.
you guys were surprised? Dan Green started with hentai. God damn.
Everyone starts with hentai.
Yeah. Add FTA's preference of Shadow the Hedgehog to Sonic Heroes to the list as well.
Actually,
That's-
believe it or not, when I went back to play Heroes, I'm starting to agree with him more and more.
Yeah,
What's the matter with you?
I just finished recording Heroes for the channel, and I found it playing it just fine.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
To be honest, with which one of the two I prefer more, I don't like either of them very much. But whichever one is less fun to me really depends on my mood while I'm playing it. Of course, why play Sonic Heroes when you have a perfectly good Sonic Generations Seaside Hill to play through? What could have been Sonic 06, DMC May Cry. That's not actually what the page says. The Super Mario 64 playthrough was going to be a 100%, but Nairman deciding to homebrew his Wii stopped this from happening. There was also supposed to be a Devil May Cry 4 playthrough. We'll get to it eventually after DMC's 1 and 3 at least playthrough, but because the crew had nothing interesting to say throughout the recording process, it was scrapped, a decision later regretted many times over during the Portal 2 co-op commentary. What the hell, parents? The boys' response to the revelation that kids are watching.
Revelation.
Sorry, that was my fault. It says revelation.
Yeah, I know.
Revelations.
What?
What the hell, player?
What the hell,
Prone to
player?
say this Ryan / Johnny when they're killing innocent enemies who aren't doing anything to them. The usual response is,
They're in my way. They are in the way.
Yeah, but you could just jump over them. Leave them alone. Let them live their life.
That's pretty much all of the sheep in the Catherine playthrough, as you will see when we actually commentate on that. They're mostly just running around in a panic, and you push them off like an asshole because there's no other way to get by.
Doesn't
Mercy
he commit
kills.
mass? Doesn't he kill murder by doing that?
Yeah, technically, if they die.
Well,
Most
if
of
they
the time,
fall off, they're gonna die. If you fall off, you die.
well, most of the time they just land on a lower level. But
Why don't you just shoot him? In the intro cutscene to Sonic Riders Hero Story, the game wonders why the Babylon Roach just don't run over Sonic and friends. Well, they're going much faster than they are.
A winner is you, invoked in Part 4 of Wario World, where Ted claims that Banjo-Tooie is the origin of the Hellfire Peaks trope, while other commentators say that's only a trope namer. Turns out Ted was right, though, and proceeds to state, a winner is me in victory. Although, actually, it turns out that I was wrong, so my moment of victory was short-lived. But it was there, I guess. Right?
You felt the feeling of triumph for a short time, and then you were crushed by the disappointment of delayed defeat. You suck. Nairman says this whenever criticizing and making fun of someone, mostly Johnny. Wow, is that really a trope? I thought that was just idiom. Okay.
So...
I guess just go to funny, because that's the second longest part.
Well, the funny, if we read through the funny, if we read through the funny page, it's just going to be like a clip show.
Yeah.
Sorry for the clip show.
We'll be here all night if we go to the funny page.
Let's just do characters in Nightmare Fuel, Awesome, and Heartwarming, because those are all really short.
Okay.
Which first?
Characters first.
Characters.
Me, the creator of the group. He presented the plan to Solaris and findthecomputerroom.com forums, and later Johnny. Usually he has a very strong opinion, almost never giving reasons for his hatred or love for games or movies. Tends to sound bland, but is also known for being hilarious in a weird but sometimes clever kind of way. As he is in charge of recording the commentaries, he could be considered leader by the group. So far I recorded long list.
Long list. Okay. Solaris is the jackass of the... Oh, thank I am not. If any of us is the jackass of the group, it is Johnny. Thank you. Being the second founder of the channel, the idea of commentating was originally pitched to him by Ryan, after which he invited Johnny. Usually goes on various rants and talking about subjects unrelated to the game. We'll find something to compare to Sonic the Hedgehog or Persona in each and every one of their playthroughs. Is also known for having technical problems that have affected his presence in the group.
Affected. Sorry, go on.
No. Affected. Yeah, it should be with an E. He's also not afraid to be self-depreciating, deprecating.
He also likes to self-defecate.
Either as he makes fun of the fact that he is unemployed, and that his references are too nerdy for the other commentators. His contributions involve
an incredibly short list that he needs to start working on.
Sonic 1, Sonic 06, Sonic CD, Sonic Lost World, Sonic 3, and Knuckles, Portal 2 Co-op with Ryan, Pokemon Leaf Green Parts 1 to 8, Persona 3 Fess, and Catherine.
Both of which of those you haven't finished yet.
Yeah, I know. I'll do it.
Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3... 4. Almost half of the commentaries Lewis didn't even finish. Moving on.
God damn.
No.
I finished Portal.
No excuse.
I finished.
You stop that. You stop that.
I finished Lost Worlds and the Knuckles run, Sonic CD, and Sonic 1. That's
almost all Sonic games, which are all short.
Oh, shut up. I only didn't finish Sonic 06 because my computer died. Next.
Right.
Some call me Johnny. Johnny. The most well-known of the group, by subscriber count only, a reviewer on YouTube who was invited by Solaris to join the group, has taken the liberty of recording the group's HD games.
No longer the case.
Whatever the case, Ryan has a hot bug. And Lewis technically has the
HDMI.
Whatever it is, he doesn't use it anyway. He is also the one who would usually try to give the most info on the game and ask questions related to them. But it doesn't mean he is professional. Fuck you too. He initially was quite shy, and in the first few commentaries, barely said anything, but now some may argue he is the most lively of them all. Usually very foul enough.
As I recall, you not saying much was because you started out with a Guitar Hero mic, didn't you?
Well, that and I was nervous. I'd never done anything like that before. So
Well, neither had we.
Yeah.
usually very foul-mouthed, fucking real, but very serious about the stuff he works on, such as his career and his infamous Sonic 20th anniversary animation. Which
Wait,
When's that coming out, by the way?
Is that an infamous Sonic the Hedgehog crossover animation?
No, it's this animation that took fucking forever to come out.
the second interview animation, which
Which
I
came-
promised the deadline of Christmas of 2011, didn't come out until April of 2012.
Ah.
Came out a half a year after his schedule slips. His standard and high definitions include all of these games that you could read by looking at the funny page.
Wait, hold on. Who's done? I think Ryan might have done more.
I've done the most.
Ryan's done the most. I'm the second most, and Ted, you're almost right up there.
Okay,
Next.
we're pretty neck and neck. Okay, me.
X and Shadow. You're not me. Shut up.
Okay, X and Shadow, Ted, the youngest member of the group. He joined at random during the Resident Evil 4 commentary, and later became a permanent member after recording Pokemon Yellow for the team, taking Lewis's place in some of the latest commentaries. He is a massive Pokemon enthusiast, and he is quite a bright spark in the group. He uses a mix of sarcasm and being generally silly to sell his humor, but he has fit in very well. He's primarily
Only.
Besides
Ebe.
Nintendo-focused recordings include List.
List. So, Darlin, / Andrew, a friend of mine. We don't know much about him, but we have high hopes. He has recorded so far.
Tohovania 2.
He's eventually going to do some more PC games for us, but that's in the far future.
And Nathan. A member of the Sonic Paradox team, he has joined them previously on Mega Man X3, Mega Man 8, and Sonic Riders. He has recorded so far Donkey Kong Country 3. You know, most character pages list tropes relating to the characters, or people, since we're people.
That'll take too long.
Hint.
Next, what are we reading next?
Nightmare Fuel.
Nightmare
It's like
Fuel,
3
which isn't
pages.
very long at all. Nairman's laugh when he's cracking up is incredibly ominous, specifically in the Final Fantasy VI and Sonic Adventure playthroughs. When did you laugh evilly? I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Eh.
In part 18 of the Raws from Arkham Asylum, I used one of the Joker's themes from the animated series as filler audio that worked well, maybe a little too well for its own good without their commentary, at least until Adam West kills the mood.
Lost
Well.
impact on Johnny can be very unsettling, considering up to that point, Johnny wasn't nearly as vocal and hit-filled as he was at that point of Shadow the Hedgehog.
You know something? When Ted gives your pun a boo, you have problems. Just saying. Ahem. What are we reading next?
Heartwarming, and then we'll
heartwarming.
finish. And then we'll finish with awesome.
Already mentioned in the funny page, but Amanda's outright confession of love towards the BrainScratcher warmed quite a few hearts.
And then they all immediately turned on her.
Yeah, you can't see me, but I'm sticking the middle finger up at all of you right now. The amount of comments by fans in their YouTube partner video warms this troper's heart. Personally, seeing the amount of people that defended Andrew warmed this troper's heart quite a bit. Ted and Nathan standing up for Amanda after Donkey Kong 3's first part, a commentary she's not even in, really did make this troper feel a certain family bond in the group of sorts.
If you don't like Banda, that's one thing, but you don't need to bring it up in commentary she's not even in, guys. Seriously.
Yes, seriously.
The awesome page is
Slightly
significant.
longer, but not too bad.
Let's get this over with then. During the Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition playthrough, Johnny starts repeating one of Dr. Robotnik's lines of Sonic Adventure, only for Lewis to have a comeback. Get a load of this, and no way I
Timing.
can't believe this.
Timing. My epic wall jump in Mario 2.
The ending to the battle against Red in Pokemon Crystal. Oh shit.
Johnny
Johnny
held
hung on to a focus band. Fuck yeah. Reversal, bitch.
Ted being a good sport of playing The Legend of Zelda despite his horrid playing skills and the constant barrage of insults he takes in good stride from the other four
You
commentators.
got lost on the way to Dungeon.
But you're never doing a Zelda game ever again.
Thank you.
No, we'll make him do Skyward Sword.
Ryan's narrow escape from the sinking tower in Mega Man 8, Gareth managing to get Mike Pollock to give a special shout-out to the guys at the start of Sonic Colors earned Gareth Johnny's love and admiration. Aw. The BrainScratch commentaries crew manages to talk to Mike Pollock. Okay.
Chugga Conroy responds to a message on Twitter stating that he's a fan of BSC. I can't fucking believe that. And would love to be a guest.
We're
Johnny
trying.
responds to that message, incorporating the thought.
Reciprocate.
Reciprocate the thought.
Nuclear.
Yes.
We're trying, people. We're trying.
This reply by Johnny from a person attacking Ted, Tohovania Part 3. Commentator, can you guys tell Ted to shut the hell up? Thanks. Johnny, nope.
Nope. Johnny managed to get 4 achievements in one run on Green Hill Zone's first act in Sonic Generations. Granted, they were not particularly difficult, but nevertheless an impressive feat.
I try. Ryan managed to take Mecha Bowser and Sunshine out without even trying to aim the last hit. From far away in a place that's extremely hard to hit
Totally
from.
intentional.
Sure.
Right.
Ryan doing a spinning pile driver off the mast of his ship for the final hit on the boss of Pecan Sands in Wario World.
That was so epic he exploded.
Darth Kirby, that is all.
That is awesomely bad. Just say that
I
right
did
now.
that in half an hour.
Why didn't you just tell me? I would have done it up for you.
Their outright disapproval and dismissal of the Earthbound fan card during the second TVTropes reading.
And
I've had that message has broken my brain enough that I don't want to read it again.
Said Earthbound Fantard wrote this. Quote was taken from the main page's history.
No, we've already done this.
We read this during the second TV show.
Well, I didn't get to read it, so shut up. This is starting to be the case for Ryan when it comes to the Mother series, not even capitalized, as he does not understand that. 1, RPGs, no, it's not capitalized, so it's repigs. Were not popular until the PS1 days, Sim1 days, and it makes perfect sense that Earthbound would not have sold well.
That's
2,
wrong.
It is unlikely a game for the GB would come out in America during 07 as was just coming out. 3, there is a ton of copyrighted. What is that, like copyrighted by a Comstock Nathus or something? Material in both Earthbound and Mother 3, and as such, it would be problematic to get Mother 3 out without censoring the hell out of it. The creator even said he would not do it, which is why Earthbound is not on the VC.
Well, just a side note on that: if you're pretentious enough that you won't take out 3 fucking music tracks so that a whole region of players can play your game, you have your head stuck up your ass.
Indeed.
That is all. So anyway, that's it.
Yep.
I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed now. Good night, everybody.
Let's all go to sleep.
We'll do this again next year.
Summertime next year.
Maybe. Who knows?
No.
Tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
All right, see you guys all later.